Right then, guys. So thank you all for joining. You can see that we've got quite a few people that have joined the webinar today. So thank you very much. My name is Vaughan, and I'll be running you through the webinar today. So we'll get started in just a second. Can I just make sure that everyone just remains on mute and keeps your camera off. Any questions that you do have, please can you ask throughout the chat as you go through the call. And there's some questions, again, we'll cover later on in the webinar. We'll cover certain questions off later on in the call as well. Okay. But again, thank you to everyone that's joined so far and for being on time today. So we'll get straight into it today on the webinar. So we're going to be talking about your potential career here at EY. So we're going to be going through quite a few different bits of information just about us as a company. So just give you a bit of an insight. We're also going to go through all of the different undergraduate and graduate programs that we offer here at EY. We're going to cover a little bit about our application process. So just making sure you guys are fully aware of, what to expect from our application process when you come to apply. And then we're just also going to have a little bit of time at the end. We're going to try and give as much time as possible. So I'll try and get through these slides as quickly as possible, just to make sure that, we're giving enough time at the end for the Q&A, because I'm guessing that everyone's going to have a lot of different questions. So again, we'll try to cover everything at the end. Again, please do ask questions throughout the webinar. We've got two of my colleagues who I'll introduce in just a second, who will be helping answer some of those questions. And again, you can wait as well till the presentation is finished, and we can answer those questions then instead. So on to introductions. So my name is Vaughan. I work within the student recruitment team here at EY. I've been working here for around about 10 years now, within EY specifically. And then, I kind of moved into the student recruitment team from our experienced hire team, probably about 8 years ago, I think. So 8 years in student recruitment. I've been at EY for a very, very long time. I'll pass the baton over to my colleagues now. So Gianni, Dean, anyone want to pop up and just introduce yourselves?
I can go. Is my camera on? Because
I can see you.
Right, yeah, because I can't really see it from my side. So my name's Gianni, and I, as said on a slide, work in the audit department. I joined last year around this time, so it's just I've just had my 1 year anniversary celebration email from EY not too long ago. A bit about me, I graduated from the University of St. Andrews, did history as my degree, so nothing to do with audit, which I know some of you might be interested in asking, how that route worked later. So that's a bit about me. I'll hand it over to Dean.
Lovely, thank you. Over to you, Dean. I think you might be on mute, chap.
Always make that mistake. I'll just do the introduction. I'll start again.
Yeah.
As you can see, my name's Dean. I joined EY 3 years ago now via the internship program, and then went on to the grad scheme. Like Gianni, I didn't do accounting or finance related degree before I got into tax. In fact, I did geography and archaeology at the University of Nottingham. So that was good fun. A bit about myself. I'm a big sports fan. So if there's any United or Saracens supporters on the call today, I like you a lot. And if you don't, I hope you don't support Liverpool or City. So that's it from me.
Lovely. Thanks very much, Dean. Thanks, mate. Again, you've got us today, guys. I'm going to apologise in advance that you're going to hear a lot of me over the next half an hour. There's a lot of slides to get through. But again, I think there's a lot of important information that we just need to, again, briefly cover and hopefully spark some questions towards the end of the webinar as well. Okay, cool. So agenda, what we're exactly going to run through. So first of all, we're going to go through a quick intro into EY if you don't know us already. So we'll go through who we are, what we do. We'll also have a look at our service lines as well within the business, and just have a quick look at our culture and DE&I goals as well, because again, that's something that's super, super important to us. Number two, we'll go through the opportunities that we provide. So again, discover some of our programs and different service lines, for instance, that you can apply for. And then we'll also go through the application process. So just what to expect and how best to prepare for it. Okay. Cool. So let's get through some of the who we are and what we do. So as you can see, the numbers on the screen, this is how many people we employ all over the world. So we've got over 365,000 people employed with EY over the world, over 700 different offices and over 150 different countries. We've rounded those numbers down just to make sure it looks clean, but it's, yeah, there is a lot of people that we employ across the world. Again, our people tend to work with more than 200,000 clients as well across the 150 different countries, including some of the world's most iconic brands and exciting entrepreneurs as well. So yeah, again, it's a huge firm, and our main ambition really is just to make sure that we deliver long-term value for our clients, people, and the societies that we work within. So yeah, that's our world. Cool. Next one you can see here on the screen. So we've actually got 3,000 new joiners last year, including students and experience hired together within the UK. Okay, so our UK office, we hired that many people last year. This year, for 2024, we had 2,000 new students alone join us, over 18 different offices. So again, you know, the EY firm is extremely big. I think we've got up to around about 10,000 people as well that work across the UK. So yeah, there is a lot of different people that work for EY, and again, a huge amount of different opportunities that we provide. So let's have a quick look at some of the different locations that we offer. So this list isn't exhaustive, but these are just some of the areas that sometimes people don't always think about. So a lot of people obviously will tend to go for the biggest cities or the main cities like your London, your Birminghams, etc., Manchester. But you know, there are loads of different other locations that we do offer and loads of benefits to joining these different locations. So I'll quickly blitz through these for you and just kind of highlight some of the positives of, for instance, working in Luton. So Luton's a mid-sized office. It's got more of a family feel. So if you're not looking for, you know, the huge offices that London brings, you'll have a lot smaller office in Luton, not small, but mid-size, and again, with a lot more of a family feel. So there'll be less people obviously working there, and you'll be working a bit closer with, you know, partners and stuff like that. Flexible working options they offer there, and again, it's super easy connections to London too. Type of clients they work with are large multinational clients, entrepreneurial businesses, hospitality, automotive, retail and technology industries, government and the public sector as well. Then we've got Reading. So again, Reading's quite a flexible office. Again, people might like to just come into the office in the city and then be able to work, you know, from home in the countryside. Again, great transfer links to London and some, you know, some of the infrastructure investments that are going on as well. So the clients that they work for, so we have Fortune 50 companies and local innovators, typically, you know, among the clients in Reading. And again, best known names in tech, telecoms and life sciences too. So a huge amount of different clients within those sectors. And then Newcastle, so it's actually one of our largest offices in the UK, Newcastle is. It's quite close to the Northumberland coast and countryside. It's a beautiful area of natural beauty. And again, it's a public and private sector businesses are the typical clients, including global banks, car manufacturers, and some local startups too. And then you've got Southampton. They are typically a really close-knit team. It's quite a small office. They've recently just undergone a office change, so they moved to a different location, and the office is, it's a very, very nice office, very modern, very up to date. So yeah, again, you can enjoy that space too within Southampton. And then the clients, they typically work with world famous shipbuilders, aerospace engineers, and national defence firms as well. So you know, some of the clients that you can work with in Southampton, for instance, you know, are super interesting. And again, give you a load of different, you know, kind of insight into those sectors. And again, we've seen people go in, you know, from EY to those sectors and back to us again. So yeah, again, just it depending on the type of sectors you're interested in, will definitely heavily, you know, weigh where you want to pick in location, because they do differ. And then you got Aberdeen. So Aberdeen is obviously, again, area of natural beauty. One of the main reasons that people tend to join Aberdeen is for the energy industry. So huge energy industry up in Aberdeen. They also deal with clients within regional life science and food and drink markets, multinational organisations, or small to medium businesses too. Edinburgh, a little bit more around our fintech, so that their client focus is around fintechs, some of the world's largest banks and other multinational organisations as well. But again, it's one of the largest. We are one of the largest professional services companies in Scotland as well. And again, we work right in the heart of the city there on all of their fintech issues. Then we've got Liverpool as well. So Liverpool, their typical clients are emerging digital, life sciences and renewable energy sectors, large corporates, smaller entrepreneurial businesses, and everything in between. Okay. So again, it's quite a small office, Liverpool, and it's very, very close, obviously, to our Manchester office as well. So you probably will get a bit of a crossover between the two offices there. Cool. So onto our next slide. So basically, the kind of work that you'll be doing here. So what I'll cover in just a second is just some of the different service lines that we work with. One of the things I did want to mention first of all, though, is that within all of these different service lines, we split the service lines into UK&I or FS. Now we call UK&I. Start with FS first. We call FS for financial services. Okay, so what we tend to do is just look after banking and capital markets, insurance, wealth and asset management. Any financial type of client that we have will sit within the FS side of the business. And then within UK&I, there is a whole load of different things. Okay, so we'll go through them now on the next slide. So as you can see here, within financial services, we have banking and capital markets, insurance, wealth and asset management. And then within UK&I, as you can see below, they're not all of the different industries we work with, but some of the main industries we work with. That's who you can find there. So we've got regional-based industries. So anything that isn't financial services basically will come under our UK&I remit, and then we'll have loads of different sub-teams that kind of work with these different clients throughout that. On the right-hand side, you can see we've got 4 key main service lines. These again aren't exhaustive. There are more smaller service lines than this, like law or actuarial, for instance. But yes, again, these are our 4 main service lines that we recruit for and have within the business as well. Cool. So some of our service lines here, as you can see. So exploring our high performing teams. So at EY, there's really no kind of like predetermined career path for you guys. Obviously, you guys will have to go through a program and apply for somewhere and kind of finish that program. But kind of once you finish with that, there's so many different options for you guys to choose from in terms of different parts of the business that you can work and stuff like that. So it's totally dependent on yourselves, and again, you're going to have a wide, diverse range of different options in front of you. It is what you make it, okay? But the career path isn't predetermined by us. We're not saying, right, once you're in this bracket, you stay in this bracket. That's not the type of culture that we have at EY at all, okay? So just as an FYI, if it is something that you're interested in, you will get exposure and be able to move to different areas of the business, especially once you finish your program with us. Again, as you can see on the screen, they're just some of the ones that we hire for. So yeah, we'll go through some of these areas in just a bit more detail. So assurance. So for assurance, although audit and assurance has its roots in accountancy, that's just the beginning of the story. So forget endless number crunching. You'll also be working with some of our EY clients for reviewing strategy, assessing risk, forecasting growth and more, and provide companies and investors and regulators with confidence. So that's what all of the actions you work on are all working towards. You'll use market-leading analytics tools to provide companies, investors, and regulators with confidence as well. So we've got Chantal on the right there, who's just kind of got a quick comment or a note about kind of some of the things that she typically works on. So she says she's had to audit a variety of different businesses, ranging from privately held FTSE 100 companies across numerous industries. I use digital technology to help design substantive procedures and test transactions across financial accounts. And through this, I provide clients with the assurance that they need, delivering technological solutions to the challenges facing them. Cool. So that's a little bit from Chantal on audit. Again, we've got the guys on the call. So if I'm honest, we will try and keep some of the questions in relation to this to the end. Again, Dean, Gianni, if you want to go through and answer any of the questions in the chat, feel free to do so. But again, we'll try and keep that towards the end, guys, so we can get some good responses. So tax, we help our local and global organizations from startups to influential multinationals manage everyday elements of their business tax affairs and tax risk policies. So Sophie mentioned on the right, she's joined the apprenticeship and it's given her more experience than she could have ever have imagined. She speaks to clients daily and uses new technologies to transform the tax and the ways that they pay their tax. Every day is unique and always an opportunity to learn. So again, a little note there from Sophie within the tax team. Then we've got strategy and transactions. So we help our clients grow, transform, and be successful through advising them across all aspects of their business, whether or not they're buying other businesses, for instance, selling part of their businesses, or merging with another, or even potentially transforming themselves to be more competitive. So they're all the types of things that our strategy and transaction team work on. Emily's noted there that she's worked on different projects, again, using new technologies and been given all the support, which is what we do, and the resources and training needed so you're confident in your work. Again, so Emily's made a good point there. There are a lot of different technologies and support elements and resources and training that we provide at EY. So again, if you have no idea what we're talking about in some of these elements, that's absolutely fine. Again, it's all about research, just understanding, kind of the basics. And again, the day-to-day we can teach you. Okay. So again, don't worry if you've never done an audit before, or if you've never, kind of worked with a company buying another business, for instance, or anything like that. It doesn't matter. We can train you up to do that. Okay. And support you. Consulting. So we help our clients reimagine and deliver a purposeful future, guiding them to make the best possible business decisions to fuel business growth. We provide a scale from technology innovation to business transformation as well. We do so much more than than just advise as well. We take insights and turn them into world-leading solutions that help clients in a multitude of different ways. So as you can see here, we've got another comment just mentioning I work with clients from various industries to assess and advise on their IT environment as part of the technology risk team. I use technical and communication skills to work with clients to ensure that their IT processes and controls are well designed to mitigate the risks that can affect the business operation and financial reporting. So yeah, again, another insight there into the business, into one area of the business within consulting, and then you've got actuarial as well. So this typically is more to do with risk. So Niraj mentioned there, over the last year, I've been involved in our tech-led transformation team, where I've coded a private blockchain network that automatically processes life insurance claims. I've also been involved with a wide range of actuarial-specific projects, all while studying towards the actuarial qualification. So again, another mention there about the different qualifications that we provide as well. So we've got through most of the service lines there. Again, the service lines, there's different roles within each service line. So one thing I will need to say to all of you guys is super important. If you are interested in a career at EY, so just look at our website. There is so much information on there and knowledge on there about the different areas of business, what they do, testimonials from different people within those areas. So people like Dean and Gianni have kind of created a video just explaining a little bit more in depth of what you are to expect in regards to work, flexible work and all that stuff, and work within the certain teams that you apply for. So please use the EY, the student EY website. So it's got so much resource on there, even down to application tips. It's got test applications, all sorts. Okay, so again, please leverage that. But on that topic, discovering your career path. So it's super important that you guys know exactly where you want to go in your career and what you want to do and what the path's going to look like. So if you're not sure about this, which is absolutely fine. Again, some of you guys may not have even known about EY. You can check out EY Adventure Awaits. Okay, so it's quite an immersive experience that will give you guys an opportunity to learn about EY and some of the networks and communities that we have, and also explore some of the wellbeing and application tips as well, as I mentioned. Another one is EY Pathfinder. So this tool here is basically, if you are unsure of what service line that you need to join, EY Pathfinder can help you by doing that. Okay, so it matches your strengths to our different service lines, and kind of we come up with a recommendation based off the different strengths that you provided of which roles we think you'd be most fit for. So again, super good tool. Please do use it. If you're not too savvy with that, or you don't really want to go through that tool and want to speak to someone else instead, we also have our Path Motion live chats that we have too. So again, we'll have those chats throughout the year set up as well. So again, make sure that you get yourselves on one of those if need be. Okay, cool. So a culture we are all proud with. So belonging is definitely in human nature. It basically means being yourself and feeling at ease in an environment that's fueled by respect from others around you. We definitely at EY support diverse thoughts and skills, because it basically means that we have a stronger performing team. Okay, the studies that have been in, have gone into this, and the more diverse a team, typically the stronger the team is. And the reason for that is because, again, we all have different points of view and different, kind of ways of thinking. So it just means that we've got a way better chance to be able to deliver more innovative solutions for some of our clients. So we typically always, and have continued to do so, and will continue to push conversations and opportunities being leading and disruptive voices within this space. Especially on, again, social mobility, diversity and inclusion as well. And just the general culture that we would like to bring at EY, which again, I believe that we already have, but it is always a work in progress. And it's always something that we need to keep an eye on. So one of our pledges for this year is to double the proportion of our female and BME talent in the UK to 40% female in total. And 20% BME by July 2025. So that's our commitment. That's our pledge of what we want to do. We also commit to 15% of our BAME target to be Black partners as well. Our women's and women in tech networks are driving our female initiatives as well. So again, we're hoping to hit those targets by July 2025. So again, we've got diversity. The other thing as well is about, what if you've got a disability, for instance. Accessibility isn't an empty phrase to us specifically at EY. We've put so much effort and work into this, and it's embedded into everything that we do, including our application process as well. When you join the business, we've got our EY Ability Network as well, which ensures that you get the support you need, depending on which type of support you think you're going to need. So there's so many, again, different resources and things that we can do to try and help anyone who does need accessibility on some of these roles or application processes that we go through. Okay, so just super important to mention there. Just mentioning on the networks as well and the communities, as you can see, we've got a huge amount of communities. We've got 6 main networks, as you can see here. So we've got the Ability Network, the Life Network, Women's, the EY Embrace Network, Race and Ethnicity Network, and the Unity Network as well. And again, within each of these networks, we've got loads of different communities that sit within them as well. So as you can see, Beth, my colleague there, she's been with EY for over 2 years, based at EY Belfast. She's the co-ability lead in the EY UK student recruitment team and deputy co-chair for the Ability Network within EY, working with the business to implement inclusion initiatives for staff members of diverse abilities across the dimensions, including neurodiversity, mobility, sight, hearing, and speech. Again, it's something that Beth has really championed over the past 2 years. And again, I watched her kind of grow as soon as she's joined EY and kind of given that platform. She's really, really driven that. And again, I think, it's just a testament to the type of people that we try to recruit here at EY, and just making sure that, again, we were all on the same page in regards to what our motive is, what our kind of goal is. So yeah, I think again, testament to Beth there. Well done, Beth. But again, loads for you guys to get involved with. Too much different, too many different options for you to pick. So again, it'd be really interesting when you guys join to be able to go through some of them communities and cover all of those. Cool. So culture we are all proud of. So I think we're probably better off skipping to the next slide, but I'll quickly cover this. So basically, we're looking for people, who build relationships based on doing the right thing. We also look for people who demonstrate integrity, respect, and teaming, and also look for people with energy, enthusiasm, and courage to lead. So these are just some of the things that, the cultures that we have typically within EY. So let's have a look at learning for a lifetime then. So again, we don't just focus on who you are now, but who you can become specifically. Okay, so some of the different things that we offer within EY when you join us, your training isn't over if you don't want it to be. You will obviously naturally have company-wide training that you'll need to complete, and that will continue throughout the year. But you've got some here that we offer. So we do offer the EY Tech MBA. So in collaboration with Hall International Business School, we offer an MBA program to all of our people free of charge, no matter which area of the business that you work in. We also offer EY badges. So these are digital badges in future focused skills, helping you guys differentiate yourselves and again, increase your market value, specifically within EY. Again, badges have been known again to be great drivers for other employers as well to offer, because if you've done this training and you've got certain levels, I think they go bronze, silver, and gold as well. So yeah, there's different levels, and again, that can help you again transition to different areas of the business, or just help you on your own development within the pathway that you currently go in. We also have the sustainability MBA as well. So in collaboration again with Hall International Business School, we offer EY Masters in Sustainability to develop knowledge and skills across multiple facets of sustainability. So finding your purpose. So again, these are some more of the different kind of initiatives that we have. So we've got sustainability at EY, and this has been a really, really big driver over the past couple of years. We're committed to creating a sustainable and inclusive growth. We believe that sustainability is everyone's business from top to bottom, and we all need to understand that these critical issues need to become part of the solution. We're on a mission to be the leading professional services firm for climate and environmental action within the UK. And again, we are making strides within those spaces to do so. Again, it's been a really big driver for us over the past couple of years. And we've also got EY Ripples as well. So our global corporate responsibility strategy aims to positively impact 1 billion lives by supporting the next generation, working with the impact entrepreneurs and advancing environmental sustainability as well. So again, the EY Ripples initiative or strategy, again, is something that is always at the core of our thinking, especially from a strategic level. Cool. So your rewards and benefits. So you receive a wealth of different opportunities, benefits, programs, and policies to help you achieve success in all elements of your life at EY, and to recognize and reward the value you bring to our business. So some of the rewards and benefits: you get to dress for your day and be yourself. So if you are not on client side, specifically not financial services, because they typically love to wear suits and be a lot more formal. But if you are in other areas of the business and you're just coming into the office to just chill with your team, just to have a meeting or whatever it may well be, dress for your day and be yourself. Okay. So if you just want to wear, obviously, don't come in shorts, for instance, kind of try and hold it down a little bit. But again, you don't need to come in a suit every day. It's not what the vibe is or the culture is at all. When I first joined EY, that's what it was. Everyone was smart. But yeah, now it's more smart casual. Okay, so you can be a lot more, you can be yourself and a lot more relaxed in the workspace. You can obviously flex hours and work from home too. This is dependent on the different teams. Everyone does allow it, but it just depends on, kind of what level. So again, speak to you when you're going through the process, speak to people, try and gain their understanding and experience of what to expect in regards to the different teams that you may be looking to join. We also have a hybrid working model as well, which again is something that we do allow people to do. Again, if you are with us, especially down long term, there's a lot of different options for hybrid working models as well that we offer. Discount gym memberships. We have £500 spend account every single year for health and wellbeing. So this year I ended up spending it on some dumbbells and a bench because I needed to get fit. So again, that was totally, kind of covered by EY. Didn't have to pay a penny for that. And we also obviously have loads of different initiatives through our benefits scheme. So Bike to Work and many, many more different ones as well. Cool. So then a little bit on programs, so undergraduates and graduates, right? So some people on here may be looking for the graduate programs, some may be looking for internships specifically. So we'll cover both pretty quickly. So as you can see here, we've got 4 different main routes that you can go through student recruitment. So we'll start off at the top. This is a 2-day Discover EY program, we call it. So it consists of, it's basically an insight program, okay? So we have women in business, Black heritage in business, and actually this year it hasn't been added in yet, but we also do have social mobility in business as well. So there's actually 3 insight programs that we're running this year, women in business, Black heritage in business, and social mobility in business as well. So this is really aimed at students within their first year of university or second year of a 4-year course who want to explore different options at EY. It's also for those as well who potentially don't want to do a summer internship, for instance, and just want a few days just to see what EY is about, the different types of work. We'll get loads of different, keynote speakers in. We'll have loads of activities in regards to teaming and stuff like that. So it's a really, really great day. We've had really great feedback from both of the days in the past. So yeah, again, we'll be, there's 3 programs this year that we'll be running. So again, please do have a look at those if you are within the first year or second year of 4-year course, or you don't want to do a summer internship or industrial placement. Then we've also got the 4-week summer internship. So perfect for university students in their penultimate year of study, completing a 1-year master's degree or taking a gap year specifically. So again, I think most people know what some internship is, but as it's 4 weeks, and again, you need to be in your penultimate year of study, completing a 1-year master's degree or taking a gap year. Okay, 12 months industrial placement, so perfect for university students in their penultimate year who require a year-long placement as part of their degree. I know that there's less of you guys that require this, but for the ones that do, we do offer this option also. And then our main program have been up to 3 years, the graduate program. So again, perfect for uni students that have, in their penultimate year require year-long. Sorry, that has been copied over. I don't know why, but basically that program is again between 2 to 3 years, depending on which area of the business that you apply. And again, it's perfect for uni students that are, have completed their degree or coming to complete their degree by this September. Cool. So some of our programs and business areas, as you can see, as I mentioned before, we've got different areas of the business, right? And we've got different service lines, as you can see on the screen there. So we've got assurance, consulting, actuarial, tax, and strategy and transactions. There's actually quite a few different sub-themes within these service lines, as I've mentioned here on the screen. There's quite a few nuances between each one as well, so it's super important that you know exactly what you want to apply for. Again, please use the EY Pathfinder, etc. But yeah, you can see on the screen here some of the different sub-service lines that sit within assurance, consulting, actuarial, tax, and strategy and transactions as well. Okay, so this is the way that we tend to look at it, and the reason why we look at it this way. Okay, so we have the different main service lines, and then we have different sub-service lines, we call them, within those. Okay, so again, we won't be able to cover all of those on the call, but please do make sure that you have a look online because we've got all of that stuff there for you already. So our graduate program, professional qualifications, what qualifications will you complete? So the professional qualification you complete will depend on your business area or graduate program and your location as well. Okay, how is your qualification completed? Your professional qualification will be completed alongside your day-to-day role. In some qualifications, your day-to-day role will count towards your accreditation. In most instances, you'll be granted either study days or time off to complete your qualification. Okay. Further professional development as well. So the level of which you complete your qualification to will be dependent on your business area. However, once you've completed the graduate program, there may be more opportunities to pursue the qualification further as well. Okay, but typically, again, we do it to a very high standard. As you can see here, they're just some of the main qualifications that we provide. So the Institute of Faculty of Actuaries, ICAW, ICAS, CIMA, CIPD, and ATT for tax as well. Cool. So what we look for, again, we operate an open access policy, meaning we don't screen out applications on your academic performance alone. However, you will need to be working towards these 2 things. So you'll have to have an honours degree in any subject whatsoever. Some programs will require subjects relevant to the business area, like actuarial, for instance. have a minimum of grade 4 or grade C GCSEs or equivalent in English language and maths, and 3 A levels or 5 higher to be eligible to apply. Again, it doesn't really matter what these all are in, guys. No specifics. Doesn't need to be business, for instance. We just need to make sure that, again, we have at least a C or grade 4 across English, maths, and 3 A levels. All right. Cool. Again, you can have a look on our website there. As I said, there's loads of different things that we look for strengths. So obviously, because you guys are students, we'll be doing strength-based recruitment. The reason we do that is because obviously you guys don't have any experience yet. So yeah, that's the reason why we recruit for strengths. You can see on our website a whole list of strengths that we recruit for. And you can see some of the ones here on the screen right now. And again, we're not expecting you guys to kind of know exactly what you're doing. So this is one of the only ways that we'll be able to see whether or not you're fit for the role specifically. So again, please do look on our website, check out the different strengths that we recruit for. It's super, super important that you do so, because it's literally the way that we score you guys is based on the different strengths and the area of business that you've applied. FY25 assessment process model. So quickly covered this. So for Discovery Y, for the 2-day Insight program, you guys will complete an application form. Then you'll go on to our EY1 or JobSim and NRT, which is a numerical reasoning test. And then once you've completed these elements, which again is just one main stage really, you'll then have candidates who then can complete the EYX after completing a Discovery Y program. So you do the program, the 2-day program. Once you've turned up and you've been, part of the 2 days, then you'll be invited to an EYX. Again, this is an assessment center. This is, guys, so you'll complete an assessment center and then you'll be offered a summer internship for the following year. So again, it is a fast track route. You still will obviously need to do the UX as you would do for a summer internship, where you get to complete this way earlier and secure yourself a role before we even open for summer internships the following year. So summer internships, the process for this, all business areas. So again, same again, application form, EY1 or online stages as we call them. And then you'll do your assessment center, your EYX experience day. And then typically this is the end of the process for summer internships. We will either offer you or we won't. Some areas of the business may need you or require you to do a final interview after this stage, but we'll be in touch if you have applied to an area that does require this. But again, majority of our summer internships do not need a final interview. You come through, you do our assessment center, and then that is it. You are done for the day. Next, graduate program. So again, similar process to summer internships. You'll go through your application form, then EY1 or online stages, then your assessment center, and then you'll go on to final interview. Once you've completed your final interview and are successful, then you'll move on to onboarding it into EY. So speaking to our team, providing all of the documents and relevant, kind of admin work that we need from our side to register you as an employee. Cool. So go on to the next stage here. So how best to advise candidates. So basically with the application process here, again, choose preferred program and location, guys. Just think about this before you go through and apply. You can only submit one application at a time. So please don't try and apply to loads of different places. You can only make one at a time. Proofread details to ensure that your application is accurate. This can impact you because we have obviously requirements in some of the roles. So if you do apply and you aren't accurate with the data, we will have to, unfortunately, later down the line, withdraw your application. And again, we partner with RARE so that the applications can be screened in the context of candidates' socio-economic circumstances as well. So providing this information is optional. You don't have to provide this, but again, it does help with screening as well. If you're rejected, and you can reapply within 6 months after the point of rejection. So you need to apply as soon as possible to give yourself 2 shots this year. Otherwise, if you leave it too late, you won't have enough time to reapply if you are unsuccessful. So online assessments, I think this is quite self-explanatory. Find a quiet room, practice the test links, prepare motivational reasoning, and apply ahead and think about why you want EY, why the location, why the service line. Think about that before you do the online assessments, and then practice some numerical reasoning tests as well. Super important. It's a place that we see a lot of people end up falling down on. And then we've got the final stages as well. So EY experience day. So this is going to be a team-based assessment with a written assessment with it too. So it's quite a straightforward assessment for the day, and again should be done no more than 3 hours. And then final interview, again, your key motivations and some of your key strengths that you bring to the table as well, you'll need to prepare for. Cool. So in regards to time, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip through this part of the application form, because this is just kind of like what you can expect on the application form, which is quite self-explanatory. I think the EY one, this will be working with real work-based scenarios to explore different aspects of your potential role. So you do numerical reasoning tests. You'll also do analysis to hypothetical work-based scenarios too. So this area is mainly geared towards those things. Again, these are some of the strengths that we recruit for at that stage, but you can find all of this on our website. We also have example workings on the website. Again, I think for time, we'll skip through this just for now, and we'll keep it. Yeah, we'll keep it moving. Again, for EY1, it's super important that you guys do some numerical reasoning tests online before you do our application process. We see so many people fall down on it, and it's something that can be easily mitigated if you guys just make sure that you're doing some practices before you join us. Okay. But again, we have to measure the numerical ability of people joining us just so we can make sure that you guys can understand the numerical information that we provide. Because again, a lot of stuff comes in graphs and things like that as well. Okay. Cool. So we'll skip through these. The EY experience there as well. Again, it's just a chance, really. 3 hours, you'll get engaged with your peers, chat to people, take part in 2 or 3 activities and assessments. And then you should be done for the day. So again, it will be a written assessment made up as well with a group assessment as well that you'll be doing. Okay. Cool. The final interview, you'll be asked to prepare and lead a discussion in advance of choice of topics. After this, there'll be a broader discussion around your interest within the EY, motivations, and your strengths too. Okay. So some top tips, you guys really need to think about these, because these are what we've just covered basically just in a couple of different slides. Okay. So you need to think about why EY. Okay. From before you join, before you apply, don't just make a blind application, do some research, think, why do I want to join EY for? What are the reasons for that? You need to think about your strengths as well. How do your strengths align with ours? Is there certain roles that you've seen online that really require these types of strengths? Do you feel like you have those strengths? You need to think about this too. You need to think about commercial awareness as well. Okay, so again, we're not expecting you guys to be, fully commercial savvy. What we would expect though is that you do have a look at things like the Financial Times, stuff like that, for the areas that you are interested in. So just do a little bit of research. If you're interested in different audit things that have gone on over the past 6 months, or certain things that we've done in the market or other competitors have done, research that, have a look and just Google it. It will come straight up, trust me. So just make sure that you do a bit of commercial awareness before you do join. You need to think about your location as well. Super important about location, because you're going to be stuck there for at least 2 to 3 years if you have a graduate scheme. And you again have to practice your online assessments. It's super key. Just please give yourselves all of the the chance to pass these stages. And again, research your business areas as well. Okay, so stay connected. Again, you can see some of our social medias there on the right hand side. They've got links to all of our different kind of pages and different kind of resources that we use. Again, loads of different YouTube videos as well within our EY UK careers. And again, our website is full of information as well. So please do make sure that you view that. So thank you all for listening to me for 45 minutes straight. Bless your ears. I'm very sorry that I've done that to you. But again, I feel like it was we needed to get through all of that and touch on quite a few of those points, because again, it gives us the opportunity now to ask some questions. And hopefully there has been a lot of questions in the chat so far. And if not, can you guys just start popping some questions in? Gianni, Dean, do you want to pull yourselves off mute and pop yourself on camera, and we can maybe just go through and answer some of these questions as they pop up, if that's cool. No, guys. Good. So has anyone got any questions for us? Anyone that wants to wants to pop that into the chat. And then again, for myself, in regards to applications, any questions for Gianni or Dean in regards to what to expect maybe, or the areas of the business they work in?
Also, by the way, I put some questions in the Q&A only chat box, and most of them are to do directly with like the recruiting process. So
okay.
Yeah, maybe you'd
Cool.
like to have a look
No
at
worries.
them.
Yeah, we can go through those now. That's not a problem.
Because I think you will give the best answers on those ones.
Yeah. No, that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. So, first question here, I think, is from Joshua. So, do you offer any programs that allow you to rotate around different business areas within EY? Unfortunately not, no. What we do though is, again, if you have downtime within your area, naturally, you'll have free resource. And I know of many different occasions where different people from different service lines or areas of the business have helped with others and have got involved as well. So again, you will have the opportunity to work with different business areas. You just won't have a formal rotation to go around that you might find in different places. Cool. So what skills, question here from Neem. So what skills and experience do you look for in people applying? So some of the typical skills that we, again, as I mentioned on, going through the slides, I think there's loads of different skills. One of the main skills is teaming, for instance. There's a plethora of different strengths that we look for and what we need. And again, it is very specific to the different areas of the business that you want to apply. Okay. So in regards to experience, though, you need 0 experience. The only places, or the only service lines that you would typically need experience, i.e. a specific degree within those areas, would be actuarial, law. I think that's around about it. I think some areas may need STEM backgrounds as well, but apart from that, 0 experience needed at all for these programs. Question from Amir: will this lead to being hired on the grad program after completing? It will indeed. So even if you apply for Discovery Y, for instance, our 2-day insight program, you get fast tracked for a summer internship. You secure your summer internship. You complete your summer internship. After that process there, you will then be offered a graduate program as well. So if you can get involved with us earlier, the better. It's definitely the way to go, guys, especially if you're in first years or second year in a 4-year degree course. It's super easy in regards to the day itself. It's only 2 days. Again, the application process is quite standard. You just kind of apply, and then once you've done the online test, we'll let you know if you're invited for the 2 days. And if you are, then you get it's meant to roll on. What we call them are conversion programs or early identification programs. So super important that you explore those if you aren't able or aren't eligible to apply for a grad role just yet. Questions from Saeed: can you share some tips on the application process? Do you have anywhere I can practice in advance? Yes, on our website we have loads of them. So please do have a look. You can also go into Google as well and check numerical reasoning tests. I think they're the key ones that people tend to struggle with, if I'm honest. Not that they're necessarily hard. I think it's just sometimes with the pressure and stuff like that. Just do some practice ones. I would suggest is the best thing to do. So, do you get an EY t-shirt? Not unless you're in the student recruitment team, and I have multiple, mate. So I've got different styles. So unfortunately not. To be fair, if you do help us out, if you do join EY, then obviously just as Dean and Gianni are helping us out here, we have loads of in-person events too that we run. And I'm pretty sure, Dean, you've helped us on different ones before, haven't you?
I think it was Nottingham or Warwick or Southampton, one of those.
Exactly. So I'm pretty sure there might be a bit of spare merch waiting around for you guys if you do help us out.
I got a mug from it, so
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Some people fight over those mugs as well, guys.
Exactly.
I think mugs and tote bags. There's plenty of them.
Yeah, we had donuts as well. We had like kind of plants. We had like metal straws, all sorts. But for the summer internship program, we had a few people turn up and help our team. And they got t-shirts. So they're reserved for the special people within the student recruitment team. But maybe if you're lucky. What about the pay? So the pay is always a good question. What I would say is we're extremely competitive. I think if you do apply for a firm like ours, you naturally will get paid pretty competitively across all programs. all program providers. So that's all I'll probably say on that. I will say it will differ depending on where you apply in regards to location and the different service lines as well. So I would say do some research before it pays your main driver in regards to which area of the business that you join. When can you apply? You can apply right now. We're open. We've just opened actually. So no better time to apply. You guys are super early. So yeah, please do get your applications in as soon as possible. Anything with quantum computing coming up? Not necessarily. So we wouldn't necessarily be the ones, kind of building the quantum computer, sorry, but we may work with some of the people that do create that. So some of the clients that we work with, may be working on those type of projects. I'm not too sure if I'm honest, so it's quite a hard one to answer for you there. Dean, Gianna, do you know anything about quantum computing clients or clients that deal with that? Why have you had anything? No. Yeah, so I'm not going to guarantee you that, mate, unfortunately. So yeah, but we'll move on. What are the average or required A-level grades? So the A-level grades, as I mentioned before, so we do have requirements for this. Let me just get them up again. So we need at least a grade 4. We need at least 3 A-levels as well. So we need at least grade C or 4 at GCSE at English language and maths. And then we need at least 3 A-levels or 5 highers or equivalent to be eligible to apply. Okay, so that's what we need. It requires 2 A-levels. Question there from David. If I have a 4 in English and a 3 in maths, will I still be able to do the program? Unfortunately, I think you wouldn't be able to because of the maths element. You'd need to maybe either resit that maths element to get a better mark, and then once you do that, you definitely could apply through that route. But unfortunately, David, I think they're probably I don't know whether or not you'd be eligible for the role. But the other thing as well that you can do is just have a look online, because I think there are some areas of the business that require a little bit less or a little bit more lenient in regards to the necessary requirements, especially if you've got strong scores at A-level, for instance, or something like that. That can also tip the scale too. So I wouldn't say that it's definitely a no, but it would definitely have an impact potentially. So I'd look more into that, David. Do you use AI to screen out applications? Any tips to get around it? No, we do not. We use people to screen the applications. So there's obviously certain elements of the application that are automated. So if you fail the numerical reasoning test, for instance, all of that's automated. But the rest of the online applications, if you do complete an online application and a video, kind of like your responses, we do have people review them to get around that issue as well. We also have AI implemented just to catch people out cheating through the application process as well. So please don't try and plagiarize or anything like that. Again, we've got to. I don't want to talk too much into that, but there are definitely tools that we've created in the background that will test for people cheating as well. What month does the summer internship start? So that will start, I believe, at the end of June, start of July. So around that time, Charlotte, that's when the SIP will start. Can I apply for the 2026 intake or register my interest early? You can register your interest early. You can do that through our website. The problem is, though, is that we don't obviously have those roles opened up yet. So what I would probably suggest is that you have a look around this time next year. So start of September, mid-September, and we'll have all of our new roles and stuff open for 2026 then. So you can come through that route instead. Joshua, is it numerical reasoning test that you test on and not other areas like some companies do? It's not just numerical reasoning, so we will have situational based stuff. So, potentially like an email from someone with a bit of data, and it's like, how would you respond to this person? Different, kind of scenarios of people working in a team together, for instance. There's loads of different types of ones, but it will be a mixture of the two. Do you have any tips for the group assessment if you are introverted? So all I would say, Candy, is just try and get involved as much as possible. Okay, obviously try not to be bashful, and again, speak to different peers as well. So speak to people and just say, I'm a little bit more introverted, so Do you know what I mean? Again, just try and keep me involved and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Within the conversation itself. But I think it is obviously within you a little bit where you do need to make sure that you are actively getting involved. We're not saying that you need to be the main leader of the group or you need to be running the group, for instance. What we want to see is your input. We want to see how you respond to other people, how you kind of react to different scenarios, different situations in the team. So all I'd say is get involved and just please do try and talk a little bit, because if you don't talk, we can't assess you. I totally get the introverted feeling. I think a lot of people go through that feeling when they come to this stage. But again, just know that hopefully the team that you will be with as well and around will be trying to get you involved in these conversations too. And again, advise. The one good thing as well is what I'd say is you just need to make sure that you understand exactly your information that you're running through. So we typically will give you like different pieces of page, different like kind of the words have left me now. Just like different work, casework or caseloads and stuff like that. We'll just give you like a whole page of different details and stuff about a certain project that EY is potentially working on. And then what you do then is obviously kind of together you'd kind of come through and add in based off the information that you've all been given, and it's all separate. So yeah, I think that's one of the main things I'd say is just ensure that you read that through correctly, because the more information you can soak up, the more you can get involved with the conversation. And assessment centre.
Yeah, I would also say during my assessment centre, I was quite nervous myself when I went into it, but I think it's quite important to realise you're the assessment centre for a reason. So just relax, and no idea is a wrong idea. Like, people will hear you out, and I think that's what gets a lot of people down. They might say the wrong thing, but no, you're there to listen. Like, people are there to listen to your ideas. So just go in there with a relaxed mindset, and then what will happen will happen.
Exactly that. And again, we're not looking for for you to be perfect. If you've gone through the stuff, we're not expecting you to be I know loads about this information. It's more around about the core of being a team. So think more about, okay, cool, they've given me this bit of information. We've got this. Have they talked enough? Can they get involved? Have I talked enough? Do I need to get involved? Like, do you know what I mean? There's loads of different things that go through your mind, and you just need to make sure that you're keeping on top of that. But that's a very, very good question about if you're in a group assessment and you're introverted. One thing, please do not worry. Okay, there'll be other introverts on the day too. And again, hopefully, your team will recognise that you are a little bit more introverted and help get you involved a bit more as well. Question from Holly: what programs are you on? So Gianni, Dean, do you want to mention which programs you guys are on?
Yeah, so I'm on this 3-year scheme for graduates in assurance, so which means audit. And I got on the programs through, it's quite a standard route. Like, I did women in business when I was in second year uni, and then I did the internship the summer after my penultimate year at university. Well, I went to Scottish University, so it was 4 years. And then after my 4th year, I just joined the 3-year graduate program. And I'm currently in the energy department for audit.
Yeah, you've literally come like round circle, haven't you?
Yeah.
For all the different programs, which is great to see. And what about yourself, Dean?
So I applied for the internship in my 2nd year. Found out that I got it at the end of 2019. So you'll know what happened the year after. So my internship was cut down from 6 weeks to 1 week, and it was all virtual. So it was a lot condensed, and it was more focusing on what EY as a whole offer. But we still went through a case study, still went through my team. But I think my process was slightly different, because before my internship happened, I had my graduate interview. So I was going to find out what I was going to have the grad job before my internship started. And that interview was very nerve-wracking in the middle of my 2nd year exams. And then my internet cut out halfway through. So what I alluded to earlier of just being relaxed, what will happen, stuff outside of your control, you can't fret about. And I think it was me comfortable with what I knew and what I prepared allowed me to show that in the interview. And that's why I just suggest for all of you, no matter what stage you are in the application process. And then after that, did the grad scheme for tax. That was for 2 years. So I've just finished my 3rd year now. So I've left the grad scheme for a year now. Still here.
Yeah, EY keeps people. So again, I'll be here 10 years for the furniture now. But yeah, so do you have any tips, Gianni, before we come to an end? Just conscious of time. I think Sharon's...
Yeah, I don't have like loads of tips. I would just like quickly say, like, you know, don't worry too much about the technical stuff, because as I said, I study history. Like, I had zero experience. Like, that is not what's gonna hold you back. So like, don't let it, when it actually is never going to hold you back. Yeah.
Very, very good advice again. Yeah, just take the opportunity by the hands, guys. And again, just, we're all people, no matter what level that we're at. Trust me, we may be managers, we may be directors, whatever level that we're at. We've got a lot of good people at AY, and again, please do not be too nervous, because again, yeah, there's a lot of different people here, so you might be surprised of who you end up meeting along the way. All right. So what I'll do is I'll leave it there, because I think our host has popped up. Is that our time? Do we need to jump off? Yeah? Okay, cool. Lovely. So yeah, we'll leave it there, guys. But again, make sure that you use your Path Motion. Make sure that you use the Path Motion live chats as well. You have other opportunities to join things like this with us over the year. If you are still unsure about your application, but if you are sure, please get it in now. Thanks very much, guys.